Good morning and welcome once again to this lesson. So, this lesson we will cover the last part of transformations, which is rotations. Okay? So we are going to cover learning outcome 6.14 and we are going to draw as well as describe rotations. Okay? Before starting explaining how to draw rotations, I need to tell you that for rotations we need some translucent paper. Okay, I'm using here baking paper. Okay, so any paper that you can see through. Okay, it's okay. Even plastic folders, they are okay. But if you can write with them with pencil, it's better. If you are going to use a plastic folder, use a marker. Okay, I'm going to tell you how we're going to use this paper later on. So let me go to the PowerPoint presentation and continue from there. So our learning objective for today's lesson is to rotate shapes about a given point. Okay, what do we mean by a given point? Rotation has a central point that stays fixed and everything else moves around that point in a circle. Now, to rotate an object about a point, we need to know the direction of rotation, that is, either clockwise or anti-clockwise. So clockwise is in the direction of the clock, of course, okay, as you can see over here, while anti-clockwise is in the opposite direction. So, to rotate a shape about the point, we need a translucent paper. As I told you, I'm using the baking sheet, okay? We need to copy the shape, that is, trace the shape on this paper, okay, including the point of rotation. Then you need to press the point of a pencil on the point of rotation and slowly turn the translucent paper in the direction given. Direction is either clockwise or anti-clockwise. So, as we said, the rotation turns a shape about a fixed point, and this point is called the center of rotation. This is important, okay? The center of rotation. You need three things to draw or describe a rotation, okay? So first of all, you need the direction, whether it's clockwise or anti-clockwise. You need the angle as well, in our case 90 degrees or 180 degrees. And finally, the center of rotation, okay, which is given as a coordinate, okay. So let's take this example. So rotate the shape clockwise through 90 degrees about the point C. So point C is here. This is the center of rotation, okay, and we are told to rotate it clockwise, so in this direction. Now, this is the translucent paper, okay, in my case the baking sheet, okay, and we need to draw along that shape that we have, okay. This is a flag, sort of a flag, and we need to trace that shape, okay. Then, with the point of the pencil, we must press on the paper here and start turning slowly the paper in that direction. Now, we need to turn it 90 degrees. So, since we are turning 90 to 90 degrees, something which is vertical, okay, now it will become horizontal. So, that's how we know that we have finished turning rotating the shape, okay, when a vertical line will become a horizontal, or when a horizontal line, in this case this one, will become a vertical one, okay. So let's turn this translucent paper slowly, and as I told you, this vertical line is now horizontal. So we know that we have turned it 90 degrees. And then we can draw again the shape. Okay? Draw again that shape like this. So rotate the shape 90 degrees, a quarter turn. Okay, 90 degrees is a quarter turn, clockwise about the origin. So the origin, as you should remember from the straight line graphs topic, the origin is where the x-axis and the y-axis meet. Okay, and remember that it is clockwise, so it's going to turn that in that direction. The center of rotation is over here. Okay, so we're going to copy that shape that we have on the baking sheet and then turn it in this direction. Okay, again, how do you know that we have turned it 90 degrees? When this horizontal line is now vertical, that is 90 degrees. Okay, another one, this time anti-clockwise. So rotate the shape 90 degrees anti-clockwise about the point A. Now this is the point, the center of rotation. Okay, this is the center of rotation. It's not the about the origin, doesn't really matter. Okay, we need a translucent paper. Okay, we trace that shape and then turn it around. Again, since it is we need to turn it 90 degrees, a horizontal line will become a vertical one. That's how we know that we have turned the shape 90 degrees. So rotate the shape 90 degrees clockwise about the origin. So we need that paper, trace it, we need the center of rotation, which is the origin where the x-axis and the y-axis meet, and then turn it around 90 degrees clockwise. Okay, and trace back that shape. This time we have a rotation, rotate the shape 90 degrees anti-clockwise about the origin. So we are tracing that shape onto the tracing paper. The center of rotation is the origin, and then we turn the paper. Okay, we turn the paper while holding the pencil, pressing the pencil over here. Okay, another one, rotate the shape 180 degrees above the origin. There's something missing, right? We don't know whether it is going to be clockwise or anti-clockwise. Why is that? Let's find out why is that. So it is the center of rotation is about the origin. Okay, and we're going to rotate the shape 180 degrees. So let's trace it. Now, I told you that we know that we have turned it 90 degrees when a horizontal line, for example this one, will become a vertical line. Okay, that is 90 degrees. At 180 degrees, first it will become vertical and then horizontal again. Okay, so let's start. This line, that is 90, that is 180. Okay, it ended up horizontal again. Okay, let me show it to you again. So this line, okay, first it is here, it is 90 degrees, and then we must continue turning it. Okay, and that is 180 degrees. So if we turn, that was clockwise. If we turn it anti-clockwise, it's the same thing. Okay, we will end up on the same image. Why? Because 180 degrees is have a full rotation. Okay, so when we are told to rotate a shape 180 degrees, there's no need to tell us whether to turn it clockwise or anti-clockwise, because we will end up with the same result. Okay, so when you rotate an object about a point through an angle of 180 degrees, the direction does not matter because the resulting image will have the same position. Okay, as I have told you. Now let me work out some examples using a paper and a pencil. Okay, because I think that it is also important to show you how to do this. So back to our notes here. We have this flag and we need to rotate 90 degrees clockwise about the point -3, 2. So first of all, let's find the point of rotation, which is -3, 2. -3 on the x, 2 on the y. So the center of rotation is there. So I'm going to trace that shape like this. I know that the center of rotation is here, okay, and we need to rotate it 90 degrees clockwise. So I'm going to hold the pencil here from the center of rotation and I'm going to turn it 90 degrees. So this line, this vertical line, will become a horizontal one, like this. So I know that this point over here is on the, so slowly I'll uncover the paper and draw the points. I know that here it's another point, which is here. I have another point here, and then there. Okay, so then I draw using a ruler and a pencil. Okay, always use a ruler. We have that shape over there, that image. Let's take another one. Okay, this time we need to rotate this shape that we have 180 degrees about the point -3, 2. So again, -3, 2. Okay, I'm going to trace that shape and I'm going to rotate it 180 degrees. So rotate it 180 degrees and we have that image over there. So I know that this point is over here where it is -1, -3. So -3, -1 over here, on where x is -2 over here and over here, and then just join the points. Okay, so it's fair. It's very easy when you use a tracing paper. Let's do this last one before we continue on how to describe a rotation. So I'm going to use this tracing paper again. So rotate 90 degrees anti-clockwise about the point 1, 1. So this time the point of rotation is 1, 1, which is over here. Okay, so we trace the shape. Okay, this time I'm going to hold the pencil. I'm going to press the pencil over here. Okay, and I need to rotate this shape 90 degrees anti-clockwise. So I'm going to turn it to this side while holding from the center of rotation. Remember that I have to stop when this vertical line becomes horizontal. There it is. Okay, it is horizontal. So I know that I need to stop there. So this is the point. Okay, this is another point here, and I know that we have another point over here, and then we join like so. Okay, so that is how we draw rotations. Back to our PowerPoint presentation so that I can show you how we identify and describe a transformation, which is a rotation. So back to our presentation, describing transformation. To describe a rotation, we need 3 things. We were given 3 things to perform a rotation. So when we are describing a rotation, we need to write 3 things. What are these 3 things? So first, the direction, whether it is clockwise or anti-clockwise. Remember that in case of 180 degrees, there's no need to write the direction of the rotation. The second part is the angle, either 90 or 180, and the last thing is the center of rotation, always given as a coordinate. So these are the three options that we need to give. So we need to give the direction, the angle, and center of rotation. So sometimes it's a little bit difficult to find the center of rotation, but we need to use our tracing paper again, okay? And we need to use what we call the trial and improvement method, okay? So we'll have to try, okay? We have to try to find that center of rotation. For example, over here we have these two shapes. This is the object, this is the image. So from this, how are we going to this? So first of all, we can easily notice that this rotation is 180 degrees. Why? Because this line, which is vertical, it is also vertical in our image, okay? So that must be a rotation of 180 degrees, okay? So we must take a point, we must guess a point, okay, for the center of rotation, and use the tracing paper, okay, and try and turn that tracing paper. It's not correct, okay, so we choose another one, choose another point which we think that it's correct, okay. Again, turn it around to check whether it fits. It doesn't, okay, so we have to try again, okay, this time at the origin, and as you can see it's fit, okay, it fits over there. So this is a rotation, okay. To describe this transformation, we say that it is a rotation, it is 180 degrees, okay, about the origin. As I told you, there's no need to write whether it is clockwise or anti-clockwise. This one, another tricky one. So we have this image, this object, sorry, the image over here, and this time we can identify that first of all it is not a translation and not a reflection, okay, the two transformations that we have done before, okay. So it must be a rotation, okay, it is a rotation, it is a rotation which is going this side, so it is anti-clockwise, okay. And we can see that this line, which is a horizontal line, now sorry, this one is a vertical line, now it is a horizontal line, so it must be 90 degrees. So we know that it is a rotation, we know that it is 90 degrees anti-clockwise. All we have to find now is the center of rotation. And as we did before, we're going to try to take several points, okay, to try and find out the proper center of rotation, okay. We continue by taking several points, and in this case it is this point, okay. So that is the point of rotation, which is 1, 1, okay. So to describe the transformation, we have to write rotation of 90 degrees, okay, anti-clockwise about 1, 1, okay. This is how we describe a rotation. We need to give all the details. So that's all for transformations and for, in this case, for rotations, okay. Hope that you understood today's lesson, and it's important to use a tracing paper, like a baking sheet is good, okay. And I must tell you that even in during exams you are allowed to use a tracing paper for these types of transformations. Bye for now.